Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see who we have here. CB Huga Homestead. Hello. I know that was earlier today. Hey there, Farm Fresh and Strange Reality. Glad you're here. Oh, Gwen, I hope that the storm did not knock your power out, broke cowgirl. Jamie's Country Living has to be up by 3 a.m. Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't stay up for this. Go to bed. Thank you, Jamie. In case you catch the replay, Lisa Calovi, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hey, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello, Craig, Tim, and Debbie. I hope you guys are doing well. Started some items in the garden yesterday, working on the coop today. That's awesome. Well, watch out. Time to hide the good china. Sparkman has arrived. How are you, Sparkman? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Charlie, Fallen Arkansas veterans. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we are glad it is getting warmer here too. We were in the 50s today, which is kind of nice. It's about time. So, still going back and forth with the berry cart though, because it gets cold at night. Hey, Jerry Riggs, I hope you're doing well. Hey, Fairy Dragon, hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great weekend as well. Hey, Doug and Carolyn and Daniel over at Holman's Homestead. Hope you guys are doing well. And Annette and Glenn at the Cow Emporium. And you guys, thank you. Thank you. For those of you who helped out the Cow Emporium, they met their goal. So that's very, very exciting. And also, Holman's Homestead is trying to reach their goals. So let's remember them. They've got some playlists to check out. Awesome content. So congrats to the Cow Emporium. Sparkman is doing good here. Bit soggy from the rain. Gotcha. No rain here. We had snow yesterday. Flurries. It was weird. I'm sorry. We did have a little bit of rain. We had some hail too. 70s today. Wow, that's exciting. Annette, in Fahrenheit. Wow, that's very cool. Hey, Gwen, bro cowgirl. And thank you, the Cow Emporium, for doing that. We will, as we have, and we will continue to as well. Let's see. Excuse me, a little sniffly here. Let's see. So yeah, so everybody's doing good. I figured we'd do a quick live tonight. Just to tell you guys what's going on and catch up with you guys, see what you guys have going on. We are finally getting warmer, which is nice. We were, like I said, in the 50s, but we're still cold at night, which is normal for us. But the babies are out in the coop. They went to go out on the run today. The baby chicks, they're doing good. I had them locked in the coop for a while because it was just a little too cold at night, even though they're fully feathered. Stay safe, Gwen. Hey there, Jerry Carpenter's Self-Reliance. So we've got them outside, which is nice. We also, I'm trying to think. If you've seen our videos, we've got onions planted. We have garlic planted. Then we have garlic from last fall that was planted. Horseradish from last fall. And also Ryan added more asparagus to the asparagus we've had for 3 years. He added more to it to increase that. Sparkman says, I allowed my willpower to fail me. Bought some meat birds, some Jersey Giants, and something called the Calico Princess. Nice. Check out the Old Swedes farm. I think he did a thing on a Calico Princess. So that might help you out. And trying to think what else. We've got the seedlings behind me, and surprisingly, they're the best tomatoes that I've grown. I mean, no fan on them this year, and they are growing tall and thick. So I'm pretty impressed with myself over it. Because you guys know that I'm not a fan of the gardening. Um, so we'll see. I mean, just trying to keep everything going. And I joked with you guys about Custer, our turkey, our male turkey, maybe not completing his assignment, but he is, it looks like, because so the incubator, usually the way I like to do it is, the normal way, fill your incubator with eggs and hatch them all at once. Well, because I've told you guys before, we don't have that many eggs coming in a day because we only have 2 hens. It took us a while to fill the incubator. So they're at different stages in the incubator. So we're trying that this year because a lot of people do that. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. But I will say this, we candled half of them last night because they'd been in there for a while where it's really obvious. And we only had to get rid of one. Everything else looks like there's something growing in it. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll do the other half as we go on. Before I went into a lockdown, I wanted to make sure that the first half were ready to go. So probably in a few more days, I'll check them and we'll try to sell them for meat. Been trying to fence in a pasture for our cow. That's Jerry Riggs it. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Sparkman loving the fuzzy butts, but I think I'm supposed to feel bad. No, not at all. Not at all. Enjoy them. Yeah, we're hoping so too. So we'll see. Just don't take them to WKRP in November. Exactly. Hey, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Hope you're doing well. So we are going to see how the hatching comes out. I know a lot of people who do them. Each egg is dated, and each egg has different markings on it for the rotation. So we know when they went in there and when they were laid, and they usually go right from the nesting box right into the incubator. Now the turkey is broody. I'm assuming she has an egg under her. I haven't checked. I've left her alone. But one of the turkeys is broody. So I'm just going to leave her alone because this year she doesn't have Julius in there trying to mate with her while she's sitting on eggs. So that'll be good. You guys remember we had 4 turkeys in one nesting box. It's crazy. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. I'm just waiting for it to get warmer so we can uncover strawberries and stuff like that. It's just too early to do that for us. So we'll see. It's just been a bit of a kind of a long, kind of busy week. So today we did nothing, which was nice. How much different are turkeys to incubate versus other birds? So it's 28 days for turkeys. And the one thing that I have learned is turkeys are more fragile. So when we bought our first 5 turkeys, 28 days. We bought 5 turkey poults that came in with our meat birds, and that's what our breeders are. One had passed away, but the other 4 made it, and we decided, 2 mating pairs, let's leave them alone, right? They were not fragile at all. They were raised with meat birds, no problem. And I never understood why people would say meat birds are fragile because turkeys are fragile because we had no problem. We must have been lucky because last year when we hatched a bunch, we had a bunch die. And it seems like the first 2 weeks, they just want to die. It's so crazy. We had one that had like a neurological issue. We had one that had an eye problem. And except for the one with the neurological issue, they all passed away on their own. They seem fine, and then boom, they're not fine. They're dead. So it's kind of weird. We never did get them covered. Maybe you're responding to somebody in the chat, Annette. Hey, Kill It and Grill It. Hope you're doing well. What kind of turkeys does she want, Jerry Riggs it? That's great, Craig Tim. I'm glad to hear the solar's kicking butt there. Oh, you've had trouble every other year with turkeys, it seems. Yeah. And there's like a big thing about it, too. So so we hatch our own, and I like it because they're in the house. Turkeys are the sweetest little things. They're even sweeter than baby chicks. They really are. They've got these huge eyes and they look into your soul. It's unbelievable. But I've noticed that for the first 2 weeks, they're very fragile. But then after that 2 weeks, then they're good. They'll live. That's what I've noticed. Um, but it is bizarre because they're fine 1 minute, gone the next. I know that Andrea over at, and the channel is escaping me. She's in Georgia, has a freeze dryer. Um, her husband Mike. Anywho, she told me that sometimes underneath the motors of the incubator there can be eye problems. So I make sure that there's no eggs under the motor to see how that goes too. Oh, the strawberries never got covered. I gotcha, Annette. Gotcha. Um, then Jerry says any kind she can get. So I guess the kind that she gets only matters if she's looking to breed them. If she's not looking to breed them, it doesn't matter. But like broad-breasted, they're sterile. They can't complete the task, is what I'm being told. Um, but anyway, we are going to see what's going to happen. We may go with a different breed of turkey moving forward, or we might not. I'm not sure. Hey, Kettle Kitchen. Hope you're doing well, Tony. Um, so yeah, but they're really sweet. They're really docile. Um, they're really nice birds to raise. They're just kind of, you got to keep a close eye on them for the first 2 weeks. And by close eye, I mean it's no different than taking care of the chicks. Um, but I know one of the hard parts for me last year was at one point we were down to one in the second hatch, and that one passed away. But before it did, it's just like the poor thing's in this brooder by itself. It just doesn't seem right. So Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch told me to give it a stuffed dog toy, and it worked out pretty good actually, because the thing cuddled up next to it. It was really cute. Um, yeah, wouldn't mind getting some, but don't have the room in the yard to allow them to roam. Yeah, and that was the other thing I was going to say is there's so many different lines of thought on turkeys, right? And so some people let them roam with their chickens, free range. Some don't. Some leave them in the coop with their chickens. Some, you know, it's just weird because I contacted a larger YouTuber and a few other people who raise turkeys, and they said, if you don't mind losing them to predators, let them free range. So I didn't let ours free range. The other thing is I know similar to drakes, male ducks, they can attempt to mate with a chicken and hurt them and kill them. But the other thing is chickens can be carriers of blackhead disease. And so when you put them in turkeys in with chickens, the chickens can be asymptomatic and then the turkeys get it. So I did it with our meat birds and it worked out well, but I wouldn't do it all the time. But other people do it all the time, no problem. And yes, that's right. You can order them vaccinated or not. Also here in the United States, Annette. And so we do not order them vaccinated. We do have Corid on hand because the pheasants have to receive Corid. Hey, Mickelson Family Homestead. Hey, where to begin? Homestead. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for coming. So yeah, but they're not showing any signs of coccidiosis or anything. It's just the most bizarre thing. They are fine 1 minute, gone the next. And everyone that I had paid attention to who was talking about turkeys had always said that. It's the most bizarre thing. So, but we keep doing it, and we'll see how it goes. And then we have them, like I said, in the brooder here. I think we hatched out 7 or 8 last year, and we ended up with 5 the first go around. Hope you're doing well, Kelly. So yeah, So we've got that going on. So we'll see what happens there. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Just looking forward to getting stuff going, but it's just too cold. I know that one of the things we plan to do is put the raised beds in the greenhouse instead of containers, and possibly build a second greenhouse. We have some ideas for that. Not as large as we wanted, but I think we can swing it with some products at our farm store that we have on the property. Hey, Annette, Annie's Kitchen. Hope you're doing well. So tell me, what are you guys up to this weekend? I know Craig Tim said he put some stuff in the garden, and also, excuse me, also it was working on the chicken coop. I still do have daylight. We get long days when there's daylight. Right now it is 7:46 p.m. But yeah, we get long days of daylight, which is really nice. So yeah, there it is. I was looking for Glenda from, why am I drawing a blank tonight? This is horrible. Grace and Fire, that's it. Okay, so the Cow Emporium is branding tomorrow, our first round. Good deal. Vaccinations go with that also, don't they? Gwen is just trying to stay above water here. Lordy, it's been a wet April, 11 plus inches before tonight's rain. Oh my word. I would love 11 inches of rain. Start up potting tomatoes. That's great, Holmans. I love it. I did mine. I'll show it to you in a minute if you guys want to see. I up potted my peppers and my tomatoes. My peppers are still tiny, but Tony is hoping to get my seeds planted in starter trays. That'll be awesome. Cleaning up the farm, tree branches, garbage, etc. We get married at our house June 10th. Congratulations. That's wonderful. How nice to do it at your house. How nice. Yes, Grace and Fire. Thank you. Lazy days ahead. I'm pretty new to this country life. However, I was reading Mother Earth News as a kid. Now that I'm in the country, I love, love, love playing with my food, aka animals. Me too. That's awesome. I love it. No, Kelly, you're in Central. I'm an hour behind you in Mountain. In fact, part of South Dakota is in your time zone, and the other part where I am is in Mountain. Oh, congratulations, Lisa Colovi. That is awesome. Her daughter got her first job as a teacher for September. Wonderful, wonderful news. She's a beautiful girl. Take care, Janice. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck with the quail hatching. 2 vaccinations, a brand, and an ear tag. Oh, geez, Annette, I hope you feel better, because that's a lot of work. Dang, Missouri River splits the time zones. Yeah, no kidding. It's so weird, too, when you're traveling, like when I went to go get the pigs and traveling across South Dakota when I had to go to Sisseton and go all the way across, and it's like all of a sudden, boom, the time changes. So weird. Hey, Teen Ladybug. Hope you're doing well. Probably grilling something really good. Strange Reality says, reading We Want to Live by Ajanis Vonderplanets. Very cool. Have a good night, Jerry Rigsit. Annette, this weekend I'll be working on creating a master meal plan and a master pantry, stockpiling, prepping list, and some gardening. Awesome. That sounds good. Wow. So Sisseton is pretty close to you, Sparkman. That's awesome. Yeah, hold on. Let me show you the tomato plants. Hold on. Hey, Barb's Country Home. Ooh, look at that bad boy. And yes, I know I got to do some pruning, but look at that bad boy. Not bad, huh? Isn't that pretty cool? Look at how thick that is. Not leggy at all. I am so impressed. I've been fertilizing them once a week. So all you folks out there who garden all the time, you know I'm watching because I'm paying attention. Yeah, I've been fertilizing once a week. I have been watering them daily. They're all on a heat mat. I even have my broccoli on a heat mat. I know they don't need it, but I need all the help I can get. So yeah, we've got tons of tomatoes and they all look really, really good. So I'm really excited. And we planted King of the North bell peppers from Baker Creek, and they germinated pretty well. So they look good. The habanero and chilies didn't do well. So I put them in a Ziploc baggie to try the baggie method in the dark with a paper towel. Nothing yet. But if it works, I'll just pot them up and give them to my neighbor. He's got a bigger greenhouse and see if he does that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. Ryan said to me, he goes, you said you can't garden. It's really because I don't want to garden. And so he's like, I've never grown tomatoes like that. So I'm pretty impressed. But his trick is always Schultz fertilizer. We're not sponsored. Let me get it. Sorry, I don't mean to keep getting up, but Ryan swears by this stuff. It's a 10-15-10. And so I just put it in water, in a gallon of water, and water them once a week. Yes, that's right, Annette. You got it. So he really loves this stuff, and so I've been using it. I know. Yeah, so it's just like this plant food. So it's pretty cool. So I'm really excited. It's been turning out well, and we've got the loofah I planted in February. So the loofah is, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get that outside, but I planted it really early, hoping that we would get mature fruit this year. And last year we got loofah like this big, but I really want the sponges. So I planted them in February this year. And the funniest thing is now they're winding all around the grow lights, winding around the other plants. They're such a pain. I've got to figure out what to do with them, but I can't get them outside. Yes, congrats to the Cow Emporium. You definitely plant some loofah. You just got to start it early, Kelly. Did I miss Paul's? Yeah, Projects with Paul is here. Hello, hello. So yeah, so we've been we're at the point where I'm ready to move stuff out, but I can't move it out yet. We still have another month. So it's going to be interesting. But I did not start any other seedlings at all because I just don't have the room. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. When can I plant? Well, Kelly, try to get the seeds and then you can do it. You can try some this year and then next year, but I would try to get the seeds right away and get them started in the house. You may have enough heat and humidity that it works for you, whereas I don't have enough heat and humidity. So never say never. Just get them going. And then save some of the seeds and then see how it goes. You should have IG, Broke Cowgirl. I like IG. I like Instagram. I think that I've found a really helpful community on Instagram versus Facebook. That's just me. I'm not on Facebook much at all. Glenn wanted to try loofah, and I said no. Why did you say no, Annette? The sponges is the only reason I want them is for the sponges. I don't want to eat them. Oh, you're so welcome, Barb. Barb, I hope you have better luck with them than I do. Like I said, some years they would germinate, some years they wouldn't. And I don't know what's going on. And that's why I wanted to be transparent with you. What I did was I had gone through all my seeds and taken stuff that I'm not going to even try to grow, or stuff that I had on hand. And I was honest, and I told Barb, I was like, look, some germinated, some didn't. I don't know if it's the climate or what. And she said she'd take the seeds. So I sent them all to her. You may be getting some habanero and chilies, because the habanero did germinate. I got 2 teeny little plants. So I may send those to you too, because maybe it's just that it's just not hot enough. Even in the house, it's dry in the house because of we're still heating. So takes too long to grow, and it looks hard to actually make the sponges. Maybe next year when I'm here. Yeah, that makes sense, Annette. So if it matures, right, and then you take it out and you let it dry off, some people soak them to do it while they're green. I've seen that as well. I tried to do them green, but mine were too immature. I was just hoping to get some seeds out of mine, but the seeds were not even ready. So I had one little sponge, and I was like, all right, well, at least that's more successful than I thought we'd be. I didn't even think that we'd get any fruit at all. Never seen loofah seeds, but I guess I never looked. Just Google, look on, you can look on Baker Creek. You can look anywhere. It is harder green. I agree. Dry is so much easier. Makes so much sense. Yep. Yeah, I didn't know either. Everybody was going crazy on Instagram and YouTube about it. I love it. I would love to have it, but if it doesn't work this year, we're done. We're done. And then does anybody know about huckleberries? Like Brampton Gardener sent me huckleberries, and I have 2 plants growing. And do they not come back? Are they an annual? Are they a perennial? I don't know. I didn't look it up. I just planted them and they worked and they came up. Same thing with Roselle hibiscus. Is that perennial or annual? I don't know. Trying to figure some of this stuff out because I got to watch where I put it. They should grow as they are annual. So is that the huckleberry and the Roselle hibiscus? I'm assuming. Let me just go back, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think Gary might tell me no to loofahs and birdhouse gourds since I have so many still from the year before last. Yeah, I bet. I just want the loofahs for soap. Huckleberries, gotcha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, that's really cool. See, I like loofah too. I just think it would be neat. But I'm not, like I said before, I'm not going to waste my time if it's not going to grow. I'm just not. Like Roma tomatoes are growing in this house like you wouldn't believe. These plants. I think this is one of the Romas. I think the only 2 that I have are the Moscovich. They were supposed to grow well here, and they're shorter. They're the only 2 that are shorter, and they're right under the grow light. You'll be my huckleberry. Thanks, Jesse. It's a quote from a movie. That's funny. Hey, Gail, Southern Living. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so we'll see. I saw Gail's garden on Instagram, and I'm so envious because it's like looking at Barb's and Gwen's gardens because everything is just already so big, and I'm like, we can't even get it outside yet, but that's all right. So did I miss anything? What else are you guys doing this weekend? Let me know. I'm dying to hear. Also, after the first wash in the sink, I throw the loofahs in the washing machine. So much easier. Makes sense. Makes sense. You're going to the farmer's market, Rebecca? That's awesome. Good deal. That's always a good time. I love farmers markets. Great tombstone reference. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean that's like what we have going on. Is anybody in the chat have a freeze dryer? Because I have a question, so I'm just curious. That's why I was looking for Glenda from Grace and Fire. Because I made meals and feast in a jar for that collaboration with Janet, and I have my video that has to go up Sunday, and I just had a question because we kind of came to a conclusion tonight, and I'll share it with you guys. My son and his friend are going to lay new flooring in my kitchen and living room. Oh, that's awesome, Barb. That's awesome. Hey, Carla. Hope you're doing well. That may help, Jesse at Lazy Days Ahead. That may help. No, one thing that we've noticed with the freeze dryer is, so when I made the Sloppy Joes and it called for whatever it called for of salt, I'm not a salt person. I don't like a lot of salt. Ryan will add salt to his food, but we're not heavy salters, if that makes sense. So when I made the Sloppy Joes, the Sloppy Joe recipe tasted salty. So in my video, I had said, like, you may want to back off on the salt because it's a little salty. Well, I made my feast in a jar today. So, it's been going on for the past couple days, right? So yesterday I cooked everything, put it in the froze it, and then freeze dried it. And this morning it came out of the freeze dryer, and then I reconstituted it for dinner tonight. And what I did was I took red enchilada sauce. I made chicken enchiladas, but red enchilada sauce from a can, name brand that I like. And I don't find the brand to be salty when I eat it, when I just make enchiladas. So I put it in the freeze dryer. It was like a 19-ounce can, and it filled the whole tray. And when I put it in there and it came out and we reconstituted it, it tasted salty. So, excuse me. So what we came to the conclusion is that when you're freeze drying it, it's removing all the moisture, and for lack of a better term, it's condensing the salt, right? So it's making the salt more powerful when you take the liquid out of it. But then when you put the liquid back into it, you would think it would be okay, but it's not. Yes, Barb, that's daylight. It's 8 o'clock here. As the summer goes on, we'll be light until 9:30. So it is weird in that it is kind of weird. So I reached out to a friend of mine. Hey, Brampton Gardner, hope you're doing well, Rochelle. I reached out to a friend of mine who freeze dries a lot. And I said, hey, this is what happened. And then I explained to her the whole thing. And I said, why is the food tasting saltier? And she goes, I don't know, but everybody says the same thing. And I was like, oh, okay. So I reached out to Angela, the inquisitive farm wife. She was thinking the same thing I was. The meat I don't salt, Gwen. The meat I don't salt at all. Not at all. The only salt in the Sloppy Joe recipe. So the only salt in the Sloppy Joe recipe was what the recipe called for. The only salt in the enchiladas was in the enchilada sauce that was already pre-made. That's it. So it's kind of weird. Hey, Monica, Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Let's see. Hey there, Sarah, Homesteading Hustle. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think that it does. I think that it is doing something. Hold on a minute. Let me help her. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Oops. You got it, Lisa, or you need me to do it? Because I'm not seeing it now. Let's see. Bear with me, guys, one sec. Jerry at Carpenter's Self Reliance said 3.4 inches of rain. Wow. That's crazy. I don't see it either. I think it's gone. Thank you. I don't know, Carla. I mean, it's just I guess the way my brain works is I'm trying to figure out why it does that so I can figure it out. Thank you, Lisa Clovey. I appreciate you so much. She does. She does. It's kind of bizarre because when I've done fruit, and the fruit was great. Here's the thing. I did throw a potato in, but would you throw the potato? So here, listen to this, Rochelle. I took cooked chicken breast, shredded it, put it in a bowl, and mixed it with enchilada sauce. And then I spread it on a tray. So where would the potato fit in? Like, let it sit in there for a while? I'm just kind of curious. But I will say this, the chicken, Ryan was amazed when I reconstituted. Okay, gotcha, Rochelle. Thank you. I will try that. But Ryan was amazed. He saw me doing it and he was like, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. And I said, you're eating it. It's going to be good. And so I did one tray of shredded cheddar, two trays of shredded chicken with the sauce on it. And then I did a whole tray of sauce, which was for the top of the enchiladas after I put them in the tortillas. And we couldn't believe it. It tasted exactly like it would have tasted had I just cooked it in the tray and not freeze dried it. I couldn't believe it. But Rochelle, it doesn't taste that salty when you're eating it. It tasted saltier after it was freeze dried versus if I would have just made a tray and ate it. So that's what's really weird about it. So I'm trying to find out the chemical reasoning behind it so I can fix it. Do I add some water to the sauce? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Do I have to add like a little bit of lemon juice maybe to balance out the salt? I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. Yes, congrats to the Cow Emporium. Congrats to Barb's Country Home. She made her big 1K milestone. She will also probably need some people to check out her channel. I made a guess you would call it chicken gravy. I took cream of chicken, garlic salt, minced dried onions and Tony Cha cherries, Creole seasoning, a little water, and boy, it was good. That's awesome. Yeah, it's fascinating, Sarah, and that's exactly what I think. It's doing something to intensify the flavor of the salt. So I've joined one of the freeze dried groups. Hey, Country Mama Musings. So I've joined one of the freeze dried groups to see if I can get some information and find out why it's doing that so I can fix it. Because I did not notice it with the lasagna soup. I did not notice it with potato, sausage, and cheese casserole at all. And so, the sloppy Joe, when I make that recipe, I will just leave the salt out and add it at the end. Totally get it, Alicia. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's something I'm noticing. So yeah, that's what somebody suggested to me, Gwen, was to buy the low salt stuff. Originally, I really don't want to have to buy. I really don't want to buy stuff, right? But I'm making this for the collab, and I want to try to do easy stuff. Everything else had a starch. No. The only time we've noticed it is the sloppy joes. Again, that recipe called for a lot of salt, and I didn't catch on to it. And then the enchilada I had no control over. When we did the lasagna soup, it was not salty whatsoever. However, the crushed tomatoes and tomato sauce that I freeze dried for the lasagna soup was full salt. It was not a low sodium product, and that tasted great too. So I don't know. Like when I put beef and sausage in there, I just cook the beef, I cook the sausage, and I put it in there. I don't even add salt or pepper to it at all because I figure I can add that after. It's just bizarre. Hey, Ariella, Viking Venture and Victuals. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so it's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, the sloppy Joe can kind of make sense to me because I used ketchup, and ketchup has, salt in it. So I'm just like one of those people who want to figure it out so I can do it differently and be able to tell people that, you know what I mean? Be able to share with people what's going on. So I'll probably throw that out there, in my video to let people know what I'm noticing, because that seems to be a common thing that I'm like, it's a little salty. Hence the reason why I'm drinking water. It's water. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even add it afterwards. I don't. I usually just add some pepper. Ryan will add some, but I mean, it was a bit salty. Not the good salty either. It tasted good, don't get me wrong, but it was just a little bit salty for our liking. So we'll figure it out. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to the chat real quick. Does anybody had that similar experience with dehydrating? I'm just curious, like if you dehydrated meat and stuff like that. I mean, I know when I dehydrate, but a margarita too salty is good too. So it's just kind of bizarre. So I have to find out what's going on. I'm hoping I can do something. We'll see. I mean, if you take berries and you take vegetables and you take straight up meat, it's fine. There's no salt. So just something that we're noticing, and it took us some to put it together, Hopefully it's mostly rain, Charlie. That'll be good. Yeah, everybody. Only when I make beef jerky do I consider it too salty, but maybe that helps it last longer. Sure it does. That makes sense. Carla. Add another shot of tequila, Sarah. You'll be good to go. Don't worry about the salt. It'll be fine. You'll be on the floor, but hey. That's awesome. All right, Gwen, have a good weekend. Thanks for coming. So yeah, so it's just kind of weird. So we'll see. Baby Chevy, you got to check out Baby Chevy. She is just the cutest. Over at Broke Cowgirl. Gwen's got so many kids over there, she don't even know what to do. But yeah, but other than that, everybody's doing good. Anybody have any news in the chat they want to share? If you got any news you want to share, let me know. I'll be happy to share it. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Gwen. Gotcha. Gwen does have more kids than the Blands. So funny. She's got her own football team over there of goat kids. Anybody have any news they want me to share? I'll be happy to share it. Norman's getting big. He's getting big. Dexter would like everyone to know he's a good boy. You are a good boy, Dexter. You're a sweetheart. Nothing exciting by Ariella. Yeah, my big excitement is Norman's getting bigger. He's so sweet. He's so sweet. He stands by the fence. He started to root along the fence, and he just stands by the fence. And I scratch behind his ears, and he just loves it. My friend complimented him on his behavior today. That's awesome. Alicia's Strange Reality has a homesteading community non-toxic book club. Very cool. Very cool. The Cow Emporium filled their incubator tonight. That's awesome. No, I didn't show my knitted piggy tonight. I showed it on my community post. It's too far away for me to get it. It's kind of weird. But you guys need to go look at my community post and see the crocheted pig that Fireball, Fred, and Mary Yo made for me. They're friends on YouTube and Instagram, and they're just amazing. And she made us a crocheted Norman, and the pictures are on my community post. Oh my gosh. I want to take that thing with me everywhere. Carla's looking to rehome her quail, 6 breeder sets plus cages. I need a break. Spread the word, folks. Carla's looking to rehome her quail, 6 breeder sets plus cages. I don't blame you. Dexter figured out an umbrella today. It didn't take him long. That's awesome. Animal-based community, homesteading community, regenerative farmers getting together to read We Want to Live by Jonas van der Planet. So there you go. If you're interested in a book club on Instagram, go check out Farm Fresh on Instagram. That's Alicia. Oh, isn't that the cutest piggy, Barb? So adorable. Charles, so the issue is that I can't have him in the house to potty train him. And so that's a problem because a lot of places want them potty trained. So I'm trying to figure out plan B for him. Oh, that's all right. Crocheted, knitted. It's the same thing. It's just whether it was done with a hook or 2 needles. That's it. Fireball Fred is hilarious. They're such sweet people. Hi, Cindy Squirrel. Yeah, I love that crocheted little pig. Oh my gosh, that made my day. And in fact, Mary shared with us on Instagram because I posted to thank her there as well. And Mary told us where to get the crochet pattern. So it's the cutest thing. Really neat. Enchilada sauce is easy to make from scratch. Ooh, sorry, I am way behind. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going to fast forward. And if I'm way behind, I'm sorry. I don't know if I hit the button or what. Send lines. Gosh, I'm back to before when Gwen was going to be heading out. Oh, yeah, it skipped forward. That's why. Sorry, guys. Alicia said, my chickens are finally laying tons of eggs. Local store now offering eggs for under $2. Go figure. Yeah. I learned to knit a rabbit and an elephant. That's awesome, Carla. Yeah, that pig has been the cutest thing ever. That came Monday, and or the other day, it was not a good day, and that came in the mail, and I opened that up, and I just about died because they sent me um, a picture of it and said that they were sending it to me, and I couldn't believe it. The pictures do not do it justice at all. And the thing of it is, everybody thinks it's like soft. It's not. He's actually stuffed very firmly. Really, really cute. Really cute. So it's funny. Alicia was saying that, now eggs are cheaper. It doesn't matter. We sell out. I could have 100 chickens. We'd sell out. It just seems like, and it's funny because we sell more 18 packs than we do dozens. And like people take 2 or 3 18 packs at a time. And it's just, that's why we added so many chickens. So we're adding the 12 that are out in the grow out coop. And we'll have the Morans, the 5 Morans coming in July with the meat birds. And so that should give us 43 birds, 42 laying. So yeah, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. Yep. Nice. Yeah, I sell my 18 packs for 5. Hey, Dark Lord Minette. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Stupid mink. Dang things. That's crazy. The foxes have been crazy too. I know Kristen at Rising Sun Roost on Instagram. She was on the Homesteading Academy for urban chicken keeping. She saw a fox in her yard. I mean, she's in California, like in an urban area. You too, Monica. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Lisa Colombia, it's a lot of birds. Whoops. A little bit of chicken math. A little bit of chicken math this year. We were afraid if something happened and the Morans didn't come, we felt like, well, we had 12. So we'll see. Just reading the chat. Just checking back. Spell check is a bear, isn't it, Barb? Good night, Rochelle, Brampton Gardner. Hope you have a great weekend. It's definitely been a long week. Yeah, Lisa Colombia. I thought I had a lot of parakeets. So true. We have a fox on our street before Gizmo tried to chase him years ago. Yeah. Same here, Dark Lord Minette. Same here. Trying to get some birds from Sandhill Preservation in Iowa, and it's been less than fun. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's crazy. Yeah, Xander, trust me. I don't even get half the notifications anymore. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. My light Brahmas are now 2 weeks old. I believe 2 are Roo who will need to be rehomed. They are purebred and a recovery breed. Anyone interested, let me know. So Carla at Living a Rogue Life has light Brahmas. They're 2 weeks old. She thinks 2 are roosters and they're purebred and a recovery breed. So anyone interested in that, reach out to her. Good night, Holman's Homestead. Have a great evening. Thanks for coming. Barb will not be taking any roosters. Yeah, that's the great thing about hatching the turkeys because they'll just go for meat. Or I'll sell them. I did post that I would sell them for folks, and I do have a couple of folks who have reached out and expressed interest in taking some of the turkey poults. So I told them that we will hatch them, see how the hatch goes, see how they are for 2 weeks, and then let them have them. I know a fellow who has some of those laughing roosters, and I can't wait till he starts selling birds. I never heard of that. I'm assuming it sounds like it's laughing. I've never heard of that. I got to look that up. We have to get rid of 6 kittens very soon. Yeah, I bet. My rooster is just fine. Looks like I got one more too. With the amount of hens I got, I need that one more. And if I get more right now, my dad off in my head. Yeah. So that's the thing. I only have one rooster. I'm going to see how it goes, but he is very active. So right now there's one with 25 girls and all their feathers look a little ruffled because Dwight keeps them busy. Oh, I will have to check that out, Spartman. A laughing rooster. I gotta look that up. I definitely have to look that up. Ayami Katawa. Are they related to the Ayam Samanis? Yeah. Sarah, that's the rules around here as we joke about is I get the animals and Ryan names them. And so he often goes for presidents. And it's funny because Rapid City here is like the president's city or the presidential city or something. So they have statues of all the presidents on the street corners in Rapid City. And so we've got presidents and grants and you name it. So that's why we've got Grant, Sherman, Norman, Storm and Norman, Dwight. So, oh, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Be safe, Alicia. Thanks for stopping in. Good luck. All right, good luck. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Trying to think what else. I think that's it. I think that's all that we've got going on, and you guys got a lot of stuff going on. How's the weather by all of you? I know that it's raining a lot by Gwen, and it was raining a lot by Jerry, Carpenter Self-Reliance. How's the weather by you, Sarah? Texas is getting hammered with storms tonight. The Cow Emporium said it was really nice. So I'm just curious. Or Kelly at Mickelson, if you're still here, is wondering how the weather is by you. Thunderstorms right now by Carla, getting hot by Lazy Days Ahead, raining but finally above freezing. Oh, that's good, Sarah. Lisa Colovi said, "Brr." Ah. What's a temp, Lisa? Charlie said we had a rooster called Rojo, and Barb said we're going to get a bunch of rain in the middle of the night tonight. Oh my gosh. You want to know the funniest thing? Yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, but Ryan said, "Did it pour here?" And I said, "No, it didn't." Well, he was at work and it poured for like 5 or 10 minutes. Nothing here. So crazy. And then we had hail, which always makes me laugh. Hail makes me laugh unless it's huge, then it freaks me out. But we had some of that pea-sized hail. Always amazes me how quick it melts. Raining by Charles. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I just want to see if anybody responds. But yeah, that's all that's going on. Barb, are you going to hatch anything this year, or you decided against that because of all the roosters? You got all those kittens too now. Barb has got a bunch of new kittens. So if anyone's looking for a kitten in Texas, Barb's Country Home is your woman. In the 40s, but feels colder. Yep. Yep. I think right now it's 44 here. Then we'll go down to 31. But it looks like we'll be in the 50s and the 30s and upper 20s for a bit. And then we'll start to get warmer. Yeah, Jesse, we go right out of snow season into hail season. So we'll deal with hail from now until fall. Careful what you wish for, Sarah. Careful what you wish for. I know that before we bought this house, the roof was damaged and they had to replace it because of hail. So it's not really a lifesaver. It'll make your leak worse. Barb's not hatching anything this year. Next spring I will. Makes sense. Our truck has been hit so many times by hail that we've stopped fixing it because it's just going to keep getting hit. And we're just going to keep paying deductibles, and then it gets hit again while it's sitting in the shop. It's crazy. Well, guys, it looks like we're at the hour. So anything else you guys want me to share, or what's going on, or before I let you go? I'm definitely going to find out that salty issue from the freeze drying stuff. I was trying to remember who made my pink pig. It was Mountain Girl Makes It. Yep, I remember when you won that. She had a pattern, but I wasn't paying for it because I am too cheap. So I found a free one. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, exactly, Annette. In fact, Annette, the insurance companies here have gotten so tired of taking care of hail at the car dealerships that they've made them install things over the cars now. So they have to put shelters over the cars because the cars in the lots kept getting damaged. It was like 3 times in a month or so. Good night, Xander. Thanks for being here. Good night, Lazy Days Ahead. Good night, Ariella, Viking Venture and Victuals. Good night, Fallen Arkansas Veterans. Oh, you need help with your car again. Oh, I got you, Sarah. Makes perfect sense. Yep, agreed. You are correct. I will pray for it then. Ding, ding, ding. I'm a little slow, but I got it. Well, guys, I just want to thank you so much for being here tonight, and thanks for joining in. I'm going to see if I can get a guest for next week. I didn't have a chance to this week to reach out. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to see if I can reach out to somebody to come on. Yeah, it's crazy, Sparkman. It is. All right, guys. Well, thanks, Lisa Clovey and Jesse, for moderating. Yeah. Well, you want to know something, Sarah? I have a short on our channel where the pigs were running from hail. And good night, Barb's Country Home. And it's funny. The pigs will be in their houses and the hail starts and they jump up and run out. And then they realize it's hailing and they run back in. So, yeah, definitely. But all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Love to you all and have a great weekend. Stay safe. Love you guys. Take care.